The Sports Club Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup is our feature race at Happy Valleys. We return to the city circuit after a week off. A very warm welcome to Racing to Win. I'm Andrew Lejeune. I'm joined here in the studio by our form analyst Paul Lally and race caller Brett Davis as well. Brett, looking forward to the racing action, but no Joe Moreira. Zach Purton's got a good book of 8 rides.
He does, yeah, and I think I've tipped him to fill a spot in the frame in most of them, and a number of winners on the card as well expected, I would have thought, for Zach. So these are the two meetings that he'll be free of Joe, so to speak. Might pay to do your wet weather form too a little bit. There's some rain around, so I think that'll just throw another little sort of spanner into the works with the your form. Might make it a little trickier.
All right, and we've got another, after a decent triple tree on the weekend, Paul, another little jackpot.
Yeah, a little jackpot, so you're in there, 1.9 million, if that's little to you, Andrew. I suppose it is. But no, there is a jackpot there. There's a couple of first starters. I don't think they'll feature too much, the first starters. And, yeah, some interesting rides. With Zach riding no Joe, he's going to be short in a lot of the races, so there could be a bit of value around tomorrow night. So he's 3 behind at this stage. It was 3-2 on the weekend to Joe, so moved him one more clear. Yeah,
it'll be a good battle, a good tussle all the way through. This is, you know, advantage Purton at the moment, isn't it, with the 2 meetings, this one, and then, of course, Sunday's card as well. So we'll see how it unfolds, but there is apparently some inclement weather, so that can make it a little more difficult.
All right, OK. Well, before we get into Wednesday night's programme, let's look back on the weekend action from Shah 10. The Lion Rock Trophy was our feature race on Sunday at Shah 10, and it was the Golden Age and Joe Moreira got out in front and couldn't be caught.
Going well, isn't he, Tony Cruz, as we close down or wind down towards the end of the season? He has just been filling the tank of cash, really, hasn't he, Paul, with some great performances from a lot of horses in his yard. He filled the 1, 2, 3 the other week, of course, and he's filled the 1, 2, 3 here again. Yeah,
nice horse, and he just kept going. He ran some really quick times. Beauty only ran really, really well, I thought, as well. And a romantic touch, you know, you've got to. He doesn't want out of turn, but he's won a lot of money, a lot of prize money for his owners, and he's been pretty consistent.
Yep. He has, yeah, of course. As you said, he's won 4 races, 2 of them in Macau, but a lot of that massive prize money that he's got's been from minor placings. One of those 3rd in the Derby, but the Golden Age got into a rhythm, a little bit of pressure early, kicked strongly. You wonder whether he can progress a little bit further, potentially with another off-season underneath his belt. But Tony's certainly got the best out of him this season.
Certainly. Physically, he's not a huge specimen. It's the light weight on his back probably helped his cause, but he's all heart, the Golden Age. Werther made his return there as well. It was all right, but they do press on to Japan.
Yeah, they're going to keep going. 1,600 metres is short of his best, so he pulled up well by all accounts, so they're going to keep going and go over a more suitable distance in Japan. He did get pushed back in there. Neil Cullen, when he came down, when he was looking for the gap, Douglas White, it didn't really appear. Good riding from Neil. We just kept him in the gap.
Yeah, let's hope he travels well to Japan and pulls up, you know, clean, because he has bled and all that sort of stuff.
Well, there are no problems like that on the weekend.
No, I mean, when he goes to Japan, you know, with the travel and all that sort of stuff, because if he were to bleed again, it would be a real pity for Hong Kong not to have him.
The Takarazuka Kinnan is the race for Werther over the 2,200 metres. So the Golden Age got 12. Good luck, and Mighty Maverick. Jumbo Luck was a big winner as well.
Yeah, that was a strong race, wasn't it? There were 5 last start winners in that event. And he's had his few issues along the way too, but was one of those last start winners who was able to get the prize and smashed in the betting. I think 25s down to 12s. I thought Good Luck was a big winner, and he obviously got the 11, finding the rail. And Amazing Satchmo Paul's been fairly honest, and he drew a barrier, and that was a difference for him.
Yeah, 10 points of Mighty Maverick looks a bit hard, I thought. Mighty Maverick going up. It's taken a while to win that race, but anyway. He did win it nice enough.
You have to give the handicapper a call.
All right, well, those are the big winners on the weekend. Let's see if we can find you some more with our horses to follow. All right, your horse, Paul, wasn't really a dark horse at the start of the season, but things have changed for him in more ways than one, and
he's
on the way back.
Yeah, he's a bit lighter now, isn't he? He's been gelded this horse.
2 stone lighter.
He's exactly. He's Lockheed's the one we're talking about, the grey horse. This was too short for him, 1,200 metres. This was a pipe opener for him after he'd been gelded, and he ran on as he should have done, and he hit the line very nicely. As we said, this was an extremely strong race. Once he gets up to the mile, I think we're going to see the best of him. He wasn't a cheap horse. He was very expensive. Next season is going to be his season. There might be another run in him before the end of the season, though. So I thought it was worth highlighting just how well he did hit the line.
Yeah, Jumbo Luck, that was the win there, beating Mission Tycoon. Brett, you're at the, sort of the other end of the scale, were you, was that?
Yeah, I'm looking for a horse that's only had the one start, now two. My boy Charlie the Sire, we've brought his name in conversation a few times of recent meetings, and I think this was quite a nice effort. He actually ran the second quickest last 400, but he ran the fastest last 800. Still doing a lot wrong. You can see he's a little bit raw and green. Cordyceps ran well too on debut. Mighty Maverick obviously blasted away in the end, but just here in the white colours, Run Moochie just starts to get moving late. He's going to need a little bit more racing and a bit more time, and probably distance as well, but just like the way he found the line.
70-70 ran out of room down the inside there as well. Impeccable fellow for me, Richard Gibson. Neil Callan the side. He had a couple of starts at the start of the season, so he's been off since November, just the one trial coming into this. This is a good race as well, actually. A few first starters. Bellagio fares best, dead heating for third place behind Destin, but that's good luck winning it. But just like the fact that he is fresh up from so long off the track, he's found a bit of room down the outside and he finishes off quite strongly as well. So they've still got a few more weeks and a few more meetings should they wish to get him back to the track. But I think they've got a nice horse to go to work with there. Impeccable fellow. All right, as far as the suspensions are concerned, well, Keith Young has fallen foul of the stewards over the last couple of weeks, plus he already had a couple of days coming up, so he misses the next 6 meetings effectively. He'll be back at the end of the month to ride in the final 5 meetings through July. So always win a massive move with the 2 horses involved there. Now, as far as Wednesday night's programme is concerned, it's meeting number 78 of 88. The horse is not going round. Giant Turtle out of race number 2. Small field there, still a very good race, though. Race number 4, My Bearcat, the filly. She's not going round in the 4th. Race 5, Super Sprinter is scratched, replaced by Perfect Choice. Alvin will be in the saddle, and Very Rich Man is out, replaced by Supreme Witness for Derek Long. Right then, so for meeting number 78, 8 on the turf, of course, and we're back on the A course at Happy Valley for Wednesday night's programme. We start off over the 1650. It's a Class 5 with Beau Duke and Shall Luck, both dropping in class. Shall Luck has the blinkers on. Varapil, they take the blinkers off, the visor goes on. The Show really rolled forward from barrier 3. Victor Wong taking £10 off. Sea Pearl's a class dropper, as Core Volant gets up in trip. You have Rising Power, the 9-year-old, running a good race in 2nd place last time out, and Spicy Double gets the gear change as well, a course and distance winner in the season.
Good to slow potentially. Maybe Shall Luck with the £5 claim of Jack Wong, who does drop in grade. There's a number that do drop in grade. The Show as well with the £10 claimer of Victor Wong, and Sea Pearl's been a noted front runner. Beau Duke in earlier days in his career was a jump and run lead winner, but he's lost a lot of his pace. Should he recapture it, that could add a little bit of extra spice, but good to slow, heading towards the good side for me.
Varapil is a 4-time winner over the course and distance, very well rated at the moment. He can pull a lot in his work. You can see he's just running a little bit green still there, but he's a little bit more relaxed than he has been. The blinkers will come off and the visor will go on. Association fans, we know he's a bit of a what's the word, mongrel on the track, I suppose. He can play up quite a lot, this horse. And
monkey's normally the word.
Monkey's the word, yeah. But he's behaving himself there. And here's Spicy Double. He's running with the champ. He's in the next race. But Spicy Double, he's got down to a really low rating, and they're playing around with the gear with him. So I thought it was worth showing as well. Cheek pieces will go back on.
Right, OK. Association fans, early money for him, actually. He was favourite at one stage. But let's start off with the Show and the legends. 3rd and 4th here, the race we're looking at. This was over the mile.
Yep. The Show, obviously, over the course and distance, he's struggled. Just won 4th from 6 goes. His best efforts, I think, are generally 1,400 metres at Sha Tin, but he battled on OK here. I didn't mind the way that the legend ran over the final stages of this race too, kept grinding away. The winner was far too good. Following this, you can forget the run from the legend. That was 2,200. That stretched him, but he ran well behind Triumphal Trumpet at his next start. And I think from the barrier, he's going to get the gun run, the legend. It is Class 5, but I think this is a prime opportunity for him and for Zach Purton to have the perfect start.
I think the Show is £10 off with Victor Wong aboard. He's won off a rating of 65. He's rated 28. If he doesn't win this, he's banned forever.
Yeah.
This is his race. It has to be.
I'm a bit the same with the Legend, actually. But they are getting down into Class 5 for a reason, because they're not putting in as well as they used to, or not able to run as quick as they used to.
All right, OK. Rising Power, the next one we have a look at. He's getting on a little bit, Rising Power, but put up a super performance last time. A Wonderful Tiger further back. Yeah,
I haven't got Wonderful Tiger in, but I have got Rising Power in. Like, he's a 9-year-old, he's rated 21, so this could be his last season. Michael Chang, he needs to get a winner or two just to get him over the line as far as wins for the season go. Barrier number 1, he's going to get a good run. I think he can run pretty well.
Yep, he is an old-timer who's racing with a bit of enthusiasm. He found the line strongly, and he could well do that again, particularly if they hunt along sort of through the middle stages of the race.
All right, well, Vara Pearl hasn't been in this grade for too long. He's had a couple of starts so far, but he has been off the track since the end of March, so we're looking him here back on the all-weather.
Yeah, now we're going to go back and have a look at 2 trials. He ran 4th in this one, under Zach Purton, interestingly enough, who is going to ride the Legend, and also trialled again on the 25th of May under Sam Clipperton, finished 11th. He's had a sinus infection, which is partly the reason he was scratched from his last intended start, along with a lameness problem. So there's been a few setbacks, but again, he's got into Class 5 for a reason, because he's been so inconsistent. As Paul's touched on with a few on me as well, you know, they're all capable if they put their best forward, but they're in Class 5 for that reason, because they don't.
He's a 3-time Class 4 winner. I tossed up for 4th between him and the Legend, but I put the Legend in instead.
Yes.
All right, so he's in for 4th, and it sounds like the show's on top.
Yeah, I think this is his race. He's so well rated. If there's any rain around, it's really going to suit him as well. He doesn't mind the wet tracks, being by High Chaparral. So, you know, barrier number 3, I think he can actually almost lead this race. With Victor Wong aboard, 10 pounds off, rated 28, I'd think he'll win it. But if he doesn't, he's banned. Rising Power in for 2nd, Bo Duke.
By you.
Yeah, exactly. Bo Duke's a 4-time Class 4 winner as well. So he's now down into Class 5, and the Legend in there for 4th. 5, 11, 1 and 9, but like the 5, as I said.
Well, there's a few in this class, Paul, as we, sort of crawl towards the end of the season that might be banned to the retirement list. So in that respect, I'll go with the Legend, who's still a 4-year-old, potentially on the way up. Rising Power, the 9-year-old. Vara Pearl, the show. They're all capable, but I think the Legend, don't mind the fact that he had a run over 2,200 metres not that long ago underneath him. That'll sort of supply him with plenty of energy towards the end of the race, I reckon. So I'd be happy to banker him as the horse to beat, with the 3 and 11 in there for the queue.
All right, we've all got the 9, 5 and 11, and then one other different number. Mine's Corvalon, getting up from the 1,000 to the 1650. Interesting runner there. All right, one race down. The second race is actually a really good contest. Up to the 2,200 metres. Just a small field, though, for race 2.